At this hour, local firefighters and the Alabama Forestry Commission are working on a brush fire on Timber Ridge Drive in Forestdale. ABC 3340 crews report debris is burning behind several houses on that street. The city of Graysville is trucking water in to try to help bring the fire under control.
Yeah, we've used half of our tank this morning here in Marywood. Yeah, we've used half of the water that we had in storage at 6 o'clock this morning.
Firefighters on scene tell ABC 3340 much of the fire is burning underground, and crews are saturating the soil to try to help the flames from spreading.
New at 5, Forestdale firefighters tried to knock down a fire this afternoon at an unauthorized dump.
Well, that dump is in a neighborhood. The state has ordered a cleanup, and the I-Team's Brian Pia investigates.
Take a look at all that smoke. Fire officials say it's an unauthorized dump site that has continued to burn since May 29th. They don't know the cause of the fire, but they do know it's deep underground.
Well, it's about 40 feet under the ground, and being able to get water into the area to cool off the combustibles that are burning is not happening, you know.
It's no way possible to even stand out here.
Albert Bry lives next to the dump. He and his wife have been breathing smoke for weeks.
For all the smoke that's coming out, it's been a total nightmare. The situation has been occurring for about 3 weeks now. The first week, me and my wife had to rent a hotel room because of the smoke. It was so toxic in my house.
The Alabama Department of Environmental Management says the unauthorized dump contains more than 30,000 cubic yards of construction and demolition waste, shingles, rubbish, tires, and scrap metal. Bryce says it's upsetting living next to it.
This is a community, a residence. It's not a dumping ground. It's not a landfill. So what's taking place should have never occurred from the beginning.
On June 8th, the state issued a notice of violation to the person responsible for the dump site and ordered him to clean it up within 90 days. That would be mid-September. Bry wants quicker action.
Look, all the smoke, again, it's probably not even healthy for us to be out here right now. And let alone you telling me for the next couple of months I've got to live in this type of condition. That's unsatisfactory. Process need to be sped up.
That was Brian Pia reporting for us. ADEM says the 90-day cleanup period is needed for safety reasons, given the underground fire and all of that trash. New video tonight from Skyview 3340 flying over a Forestdale neighborhood. This is where a fire at an illegal dump has been burning underground since May. ABC 3340 I-Team investigator Brian Pia broke that story, and tonight he has the first details on the air quality for those nearby residents.
This sensor down in here is going to measure the ambient air.
A two-man team from the nonprofit environmental group GASP set up a monitor that started measuring air quality from the underground fire at an unauthorized Forestdale dump. That monitor is on Albert Bry's backyard deck that overlooks the dump. The smoke that's rising is filled with pollutants. That's what residents have been breathing in since May 29th. The real-time air quality ranged from orange to red, unhealthy for sensitive groups, and just flat-out unhealthy for everyone in the neighborhood. Michael Hansen is executive director of GASP.
I certainly wouldn't want to live out here. I'm wearing 2 masks right now, and the smell is unbearable. If you're exposed to that level of pollution 24 hours a day, it can begin to have immediate effects on your health.
We asked GASP to test the air quality. This is the first time Forestdale residents like Albert Bry have learned details about the poor quality of the air. He moved out because of the smoke.
Jefferson County Health Department, they couldn't come in and do this? I mean, really, and let us know what we're breathing, how long we've been breathing it, if we had needed to move out of our homes sooner. It took an outside entity to come and tell us this?
The smoke wasn't as bad today. Back on August 10th, the smoke was thicker when the dump site operator was trying to deal with the fire with his own crews. The CDC says exposure to these pollutants can worsen existing heart and lung conditions and cause premature death. In Forestdale, Brian Pia, ABC 3340 News.
And the GASP Environmental Group plans to bring in more equipment to determine what chemicals residents may have been breathing in. For months, the ABC 3340 I-Team has been investigating an underground fire at an illegal dump in Forestdale.
People living nearby have been breathing in chemicals from the burning debris for months. Tonight, ABC 3340's Brian Pia is with what an environmental group and the Jefferson County Health Department are doing.
This tube is collecting the chemicals that are in the air. We'll send it to the lab and get an analysis done.
GASP Executive Director Michael Hansen set up a monitor on a Forestdale residence deck at our request. That tiny tube is collecting an air sample. It'll help determine just how toxic the smoke may be that's coming from an underground fire at an illegal dump.
We'll get an assessment of what it's like today, and then from that we can draw conclusions about exposures over time.
The dump contains construction and demolition waste, shingles, rubbish, tires, and scrap metal. We learned today that the Jefferson County Health Department started testing for chemicals in the air on September 1st. That's 95 days after the underground fire started. That's also after we started asking questions about why the health department didn't test for chemicals and air quality sooner. Chris Hayes lives about a half-mile from the dump. He's been dealing with all that smoke for months.
And there ain't nobody told us exactly what we breathe in, so we don't know we got hazards. We don't know we need to go to the doctor. We don't know what kind of long-term effect it's going to have on us.
Hayes wonders what took the health department so long to take action. Michael Hansen has the same question.
We need the health department to do better and be proactive and not simply reactive.
In Forestdale, Brian Pia, ABC 3340 News.
The Jefferson County Health Department has results from its chemical testing. The ABC 3340 I-team is working to interpret the data. We will update you.
ABC 3340's I-team working for you and getting results. Tonight, the underground fire is out at an illegal dump site in Forestdale. New at 6, I-team investigator Brian Pias takes us back there.
The air is so much cleaner, so much better, and residents here are happier.
Patrick Hoskins can now go for a run in his own neighborhood. He doesn't have to worry about polluted air.
I can breathe. Now my nose ain't stinking, my throat ain't burning, so I'm good now.
Ronnie Bates has a message now that the fire is out.
Thank you guys. Thank our representative, our council, everybody. Thank you for putting it out, because we were suffering over here. That's what I want them to know. Gotcha.
The underground fire at the illegal dump began May 29th. The I-team started investigating in June. The fire department couldn't put it out. The dump site operator hired his own crews. That didn't work either. In mid-August, Jefferson County crews were finally able to get on private property to start putting out the fire. That's after dump site operator Anthony Clark pleaded guilty to 3 counts of littering. County crews removed 24,000 tons of construction and demolition debris. And today, you see a large area prepped to grow ground cover. It's quiet, and there's no unhealthy smoke.
This is what we've been missing, being outside our house, our homes, cutting grass. Cutting grass. I never thought I'd say that. I want to cut grass.
So now the question is, how much did it cost to put out the fire? And how much will the dump site operator have to pay? Jefferson County officials are compiling those numbers. In Forestdale, Brian Pia, ABC 3340 News.
Many of those people are so excited to be cutting the grass because some people moved out of their homes and stayed in apartments during that fire.